afternoon, outliers. I hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday. Hope it's been the best Tuesday ever, right? It's almost Christmas time. Santa Claus is coming to town. Seems to work at Amazon, at least over here in Texas. Good to see you, Dave. Good afternoon, outliers. Hey, Randy. Randy, congratulations on those big wins over there. We'll talk about that more in just a little bit. But in the meantime, I found this video that I wanted to share with you guys. The title of this one, the title of this one is called, oh, wait a minute. No, I forgot my intro. Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. There we go. That's better. Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. This is where we save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by the market wizards, 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009. But before we start trading, let's get into the lesson of the day. All right, so this video is called $500 in this stock will surpass your full-time job. If that's not a clickbaity title, I don't know what is. Let's see what this $500 stock, or what the stock is. You just need $500.
There's an awesome AI stock with even more upside that's really lucrative, and it's at a 52-week low. It's an absolute bombshell that I just put money.
Any stock at a 52-week low is a stock that nobody wants to buy. I'm just putting that out there. Mikey Mike, good to see you. Michael's here.
Money into. So I respect your time. I'm going to share with you and break down the stock that I just invested in and the stock that I'm really bullish on that so many people are not talking about. The stock is AMD. AMD stock is cheaper today than it was.
All right, let's go look at AMD stock real quick. AMD. Well, yeah, everybody knows AMD. That's not like a niche stock, right? $124. So basically he's saying buying 3 shares, because that'll get you close to $500 right there. Buying 3 shares, that's going to do it for you, right? So 500 divided by 125, 4 shares. Okay, get you 4 shares and you're good to go. Good to see you, Wes. Michael says, you had me at naked butts. Clickbait. Let's go.
Was a whole entire year ago. This stock is near a 52-week low, and it's at a very key inflection point, and that's why I'm buying the stock. And I have 2 option trades for you. One of the option trades is going to absolutely blow up your account in a good way. All right, here's a brief summary because I respect your time. If you have to bounce from this video, you don't have time, you have to go get a workout, you have to go spend time with your family, or you're just at work, whatever. Here's a quick breakdown, okay? In my research, what I did was I looked at AMD's CEO, and I decided to purchase AMD shares today because I'm bullish on the CEO, I'm bullish on the...
You're bullish on the CEO. You're bullish not on the stock, which is down 1.5% today. 52-week lows. Like, okay. This is going to get exciting because this is clearly in a downtrend, right? This guy is claiming, and this is like as of yesterday, this guy's claiming that this is the bottom. Trust me, everybody who buys the bottom wishes it was the bottom, because that could potentially be just the start. Now he's saying he's not buying it because the price is going up. No. He's buying it because he's bullish on the CEO. Okay. Sure. Randy's been in and out of the stock for years. He probably isn't owning any of it right now as it's at 52-week lows. Wes, good to see you again.
Fundamentals, they have really low RSI. The RSI is absolutely ridiculous. When I see RSI this low, that typically means that the stock is completely oversold. And I'm recommending 2 option trades here. Okay.
Look, oversold is relative, right? In fact, let's go into Outlier real quick. I'll type in AMD because I actually do want to see what Outlier's fear and greed rating is on AMD. Because like, in fact, let me add in RSI real quick. It's not something I ever look at. Steve Burns looks at it. It's not something I look at. Hang on. RSI is a relative strength index. So basically, if it's super low, right, that's an oversold position. If it's super high, that's an overbought position. But I'll tell you where people go wrong here, because I did it. And I lost a ton of money trying to do this, right? Trying to call a top and trying to call a bottom. If it's moving down, the RSI, specifically this indicator right here, if this is moving down, which it is, that means it's selling off. The relative strength is weakening, right? The relative strength to itself on a scale of 0 to 100 is going down and is still going down. That doesn't mean you've hit the bottom. That means nobody's buying it. In fact, more people are selling it than buying it. Let's go over here into the Outlier dashboard for AMD real quick. Yeah, I mean, it is deep in the fear category right here, isn't it? Right? Deep in that fear category. However, we did get that sell signal on October 14th on it. And let's see October 14th to now. October 14th to here, down 25% since that signal came through. So if you happen to have taken that signal to go short, you'll be doing pretty well. But yeah, like I can't imagine anybody looking at this stock and be like, great buy right here. It's a great buy. But he's saying that with only 4 shares, you're going to basically retire. Okay. Okay.
One is going to be publicly the $130 buy leap option for September 2025. Okay, that's going to give you time for that upside. It's also going to give you multiple earnings quarters because I think AMD is going to continue taking share from Intel. It's going to compete effectively with NVIDIA. Okay, my other trade I'm going to have in my private Discord community. I'm going to give a little bit more information on that at the end of the video, but if you don't have time, it is the first link in the description, and prices will be going up in the new year. So make sure you go ahead and check out my one-on-one coaching. So last but not least, my price target for AMD is $175 per.
No offense, but I'm not checking out your coaching. If you're telling me to buy stocks that nobody else is buying, no thanks. Just putting that out there. Michael says RSI, use it as a confirmation tool. Yeah, lots of people do, right? But Michael, when you see RSI, like when you see it hitting like rock bottom, does that mean buy, or do you wait for it to hit rock bottom and then turn around? Right? That's the way you use RSI, right? To see where the weakness is going. And then if the weakness ends and you see it's starting to flatten and turn back up, that could, I'm not saying it should be, but that could be your buy signal, but not for this guy. Michael says, what was the SPY on October 14th? October 14th, the SPY was, dude, like it's been on an ultra run lately. Ultra run. Like there was no downtrend here whatsoever. RSI can be at rock bottom for months.
Per share in 6 months. So there you go. If you have to bounce off the video, buy the leap option, take a look at AMD, invest wisely, and I'll see you in the next one. But now if you do have time, let's get that money. Guys, I'm pumped up. I'm really pumped up because I'm telling you, this thing.
Wait, what? Hang on. He's saying buy leap options.
There you go. Buy. Bounce off the video.
Okay.
Buy the leap option. Take a look at AMD. Invest wisely, and I'll see you in the next one. But now, if you do have time, let's get that money, guys. I'm pumped up. I'm really pumped up because I'm telling you, this thing makes a lot of sense. Like you crazy right now. If you're investing all your money in all the stocks that are at 52-week highs, guys, we are making money right now. Instead, AMD right now. AMD.
Wait, what?
All your money in all the stocks that are at 52-week highs, guys. We are making.
Don't put your money in stocks that are 52-week highs, which is the bullish thing you could possibly do. Because nobody ever in the history of time, if it's hitting a new 50, or not history of time, but in the last 52 weeks, nobody in the last 52 weeks is losing money on it. So everybody's excited to buy more of it. Trends continue, right? Trends can go on. The market can be irrational much longer than you can be solvent. And I'm a bit worried about this guy.
Making money right now. Instead, AMD right now. AMD, it's time to buy. And there's this weird, completely, really weird dynamic, guys. I'm doing this video in the morning, and I'm telling you, I was just thinking about it. AMD has a really weird dynamic where if other tech giants like NVIDIA do well, AMD goes down. So there's like this reverse correlation. Stock goes up on, NVIDIA, AMD goes.
You know why? Sorry, I don't know if you realize this, but it's because people are taking their money out of AMD and putting it into NVIDIA. I mean, simple as that, right? Oh, it's this crazy thing, right? It's really not, right? Investors are looking at the AMD chart and they're saying, wait a minute, why would I want to own this stock, which is basically on its way to zero, when I can own NVIDIA, which hasn't been all that great lately, but is still over the last year, like, look at that trajectory in the last year, right? Of course, people are taking their money out of AMD and buying NVIDIA. I'm not surprised at all.
Down. That doesn't make sense to me because, yeah, I get it. They're playing in the same space. They're not directly one-to-one proportional. It's not like NVIDIA does well, AMD is going to zero. Guys, that's like the weirdest thing that I'm seeing right now. The reality is there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room to make money in the AI space. So
does this guy not sound like he's trying to get you to buy it to help him with his stock price? Does he not sound like he's trying to pump this so bad because he's looking at this? And I'm not saying he actually owns the shares. He may or may not. But does it not sound like he's like, please buy this? Please help me get out of this position. I'm really screwed on this. I need your help.
It's I'm gonna put so much money in your pocket. You guys are about to blow up. I'm telling you. So look, let me just go over the facts.
His body language is not convincing to me whatsoever on that.
Let me stop, tell you the hard facts. All right. Bank of America analyst Vivek Arya, he downgraded the stock. I'm laughing because it's kind of
Okay. So now we're talking about downgrades on the stock. In fact, we can see that in Outlier. Let's go over here to the analyst ratings, pop that open and make it bigger. Oh yeah, look at that. From 180 down to 155. That was December 9th. That was like a week ago. And now he's saying that that's a good thing. Okay, this video is not going the way I expected, but I'm excited about it. Hey, Jorn, good to see you. Michael, I'm pretty sure he's sitting in his mom's dining room.
crazy how much impact these analysts have. He downgraded the stock from 180 to 155, and you got to take a look at the stock. By the way, my portfolio is heading to $5 million. We're about to crush it. We're about to absolutely get to 5 mil. Next 2 to 3 months, 10 to 15% returns. I'm telling you, mark my words. Unless we get a crash, but I'm telling you, dovish Fed and where the market's headed at right now, the momentum, you better be in it. You cannot miss out. AMD, look, this stock is a no-brainer, okay? This is a cheap stock. If you look at the 6-month return, just take a look. We're at 52-week low. We're at 126. We're under $127. That's insane. Under $127. This stock not that long ago was, well, it was $207, right? Actually, 1 year ago, if I go to the 1 year chart, this stock was over $200 per share. So a stock that was over $200 per share in the AI space, like seriously, this company is innovating. Okay, look, the analyst, he was basically what Arya said, Vivek Arya, what he said was that tech giants like Amazon, like Microsoft, like Alphabet are leaning towards, going for NVIDIA chips heavily. And that's signaling a strong risk for AMD and they could lose market share. Guys, they've already
I'm excited I found this channel. I don't know this guy. This is the first video I've ever watched about him. But I'm excited I found this channel because I think we have just struck gold on what not to do with trading. Now, of course, he likes the CEO. He knows better than me. He definitely knows that this is the bottom of the stock. And I mean, it's so weird that people are selling out of this and getting into NVIDIA. And it's so weird that the analysts are downgrading the stock. And it's so weird, right? I mean, it's so weird that it's like, how far is it below its 50-day moving average? It's so weird that it's 12% below its 50-day moving average. I mean, come on, guys, buy some, right? Right, please. Dave says, I didn't know that there were analyst ratings in Outlier. Yeah. So this is new. One of the new updates Mahesh pushed over here. So we have stock news, right? Negative news, 2 positive news, negative, neutral. So it even tells you like what the news, sentiment is. Then it talks about the sector news as well, which is super handy. And then it does show the analyst ratings on top of that. So all this is really, really handy info. So yeah, some cool updates we pushed through. Randy says, leaps are all extrinsic theta. Yes, they are. 100%, not 100%, but a lot of the time, 100% extrinsic. Paul, how you doing? I don't remember seeing here before, but I'm super, super glad you're here. Trade Ideas is also pumping AMD. Thought they were nuts after looking at charts. They want $12.99 a year to recommend stocks like this. Dude, all you got to do is go to the new 52-week lows and just buy those apparently because that's what you need. Dave says, saw the news, hadn't seen the other 2 tabs. Great info. Hey, Peter from the Netherlands. Good to see you. All right, back over to this.
already been losing market share. It's already priced in. Like this is already priced in. I'm telling you, what's already priced in.
Oh, I hadn't heard that phrase in a while. Somebody telling you something's already priced in does not believe. Oh, how do I say this? It's been a while since I've heard this. And somebody saying something is already priced in my opinion, has always been justification, right? I mean, it's already priced in. It's already priced in. Because it's already priced in, the price has to go up. It has to. Oh, man. That's been a while since I heard that. If you need to tell somebody, oh, the news is already priced in, I'm sorry to tell you that that the price is where the price is in, right? This is what matters. When you're buying a stock, long term or short term, you want it to go in the upward direction, right? And as of right now, AMD is not.
into AMD is priced in because it's at a 52-week low. You think this is something new? You think this analyst just came out, oh, there's a lot of competition, and the stock crashed to 52-week lows. Does that make sense to you? Do you think there's that many stupid people that have basically not thought that there's competition? They thought
there's one. Just saying.
oh, okay, AMD is the only company in the space. That's been the case. So now an analyst just emphasizes the point, hey, there's some competition going on. And people are like, okay, let me sell off the stock to a 52-week low. That's actually why I decided to pick up the stock, because when I was doing my research, I actually use optionsfy.com. It's the third link in my description. I don't like to promote it, but it is a software tool that I like to look at, and I've contributed to it. I
like to promote it, but I'm just going to talk about it for the next 60 seconds.
To look at that software tool, should do is on the share side, you go for 3% of your portfolio, but the key is leaps, because what I did with leap options, and I've already explained leaps, so let me briefly tell you. With leap options, you get a huge leverage on the upside. Okay, I recommended 330 leaps on Tesla, blew people's portfolios up. All right, I hope you guys start to think about blowing up in a good way, because I think a lot of people think blowing up in the down way. I haven't lost money for 7 years now. I've been trading for 10 years, and after working for Goldman.
You haven't lost money for 7 years now. So you better buy this. You better buy this. I definitely believe every word this guy is saying. You better buy this right now. Michael, on my monitor, I have the following. Trade what you see, not what you think. I think you should definitely email this person here. Invest with Henry. I mean, for 7 years, he's never lost money. Why would he start now?
Goldman Sachs after becoming a coach in 2020, I've absolutely killed it. And that's because I'm looking at the facts. I'm using conservative analysis. I'm taking a look at fundamentals, and I'm picking the right stock. Stock selection is the most important thing. Okay. If you start using my option strategies on trash stocks, you're going to get trash results.
This is a trash stock. Full stop. Sorry. This is a trash stock.
As simple as that. Okay, it's all about stock selection, and right now with everything at a 52-week high, looking at AMD, a lot of chip buyers, they want to see more competition amongst AI chip makers, and AMD, they intend to provide chips to the entire industry. They don't just have applications to.
It's priced in, bro. If you're saying that they're going to do all this stuff, then it's already priced in, and you realize that if it's already priced in and the price has been going down, that means they still don't like it, even when it's priced in.
Just self-driving cars. They have many applications. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. I want to hit you with the best facts that you should take action on. 130 buy leap option for September 2025. That is a good pick for me. That's going to give me upside without having to spend, tons of money on the stock. What you don't want to do is you don't want to spend a ton of money on the stock by buying shares. Instead, a leap option will give you that upside. You're going to get.
Look, I'm all about options. You guys know that. We talked yesterday about how basically buying deep in the money options is getting like a stock for 90% off, right? He probably does know something about options, but in this case, he is not correct on AMD. And here's the other thing, right? We all have different time horizons. His time horizon, if it's 18 months from now, 30 months from now, AMD absolutely could be higher. Absolutely. No doubt about it. It could be higher. But why would you take the risk? Why would you step on the train track when the train is barreling towards you, headed south in a hurry, and say, no. Hang on. You need to turn around. I like the CEO. I did some research. The RSI is overbought. It's got to go back up. Why would you stand on the train tracks and let it run you over? If your time horizon really is 18 months from now, why not wait? Why not push that a little bit further? Why not say, oh, you know what? I think AMD is a great buy. I'm going to let it find its bottom, not assume this is the bottom. Let it find its bottom. Let the trend reverse course and let the trend start going up, right? Here, this is when it found a temporary bottom in August, September timeframe, right? You can see that. I can see that. A 9-year-old can see that, right? But when you're looking on this side of the trend, and I zoomed out on purpose, when you're looking on this side of the trend, it hasn't found that bottom yet. And there's no advantage to buying it now here if it continues to go down before finding its bottom. What advantage is that? You're losing sleep, you're wasting time, you're tying up capital that could be doing something else. Buying it on the way down is exactly catching a falling knife, right? Sure, you can catch it, but you're going to get cut and you're going to bleed. Or you can wait till it finds that bottom and then go for it, right? Because honestly, if you've got an 18-month time horizon and you see it trending down, what difference does it make to wait another 6 weeks before it starts trending back up? If you have an 18-month time horizon on this trade, it doesn't hurt at all to wait another 6 weeks till it finds that bottom and then starts trending back up. I think this guy should absolutely start watching our videos, because I mean, this is a bad stock, a very bad stock to buy. Randy says this guy's more of a comedian than a financial genius, but he had a Robinhood account that said it was close to $5 million, right? Nobody's ever made a screenshot of anything like that before. I don't have either of those two tabs next to the news tab. Type in, it may be symbol dependent, Mikey Mike. Type in AMD and see if you can get those two. I think different things, it may or may not show up. Let me know if that's not showing up for you. Paul asks, can we look at Monster? We can look at Monster. Let's look at Monster real quick. Or MicroStrategy. I always get Monster and Micro. Good gravy. I always get Monster and MicroStrategy confused. So MicroStrategy is absolutely in a trend, right? A beautiful trend. Okay. So here, this is a great example. Paul, thanks for pointing it out, right? Imagine this is AMD, right? Imagine that Invest with Henry is correct, right? And it eventually does skyrocket, okay? If he has an 18-month time horizon and it's pushing down under its 50-day moving average, right? There's no harm, like actually no harm at all in waiting 6 weeks till that bottom figures itself out and then turns up and goes. Bro, if you look at the market, it tells you what it's doing. And if you're looking at a stock and it's pointing straight down, it's telling you it's going to continue down until it finds that bottom, right? Because imagine that's AMD and then it turns around, it's rocket ships right up. He could be totally right. But Monster at the moment, it's under its 10-period moving average. It's been going sideways for a while. I think right now we're hitting a consolidation point, especially after a huge move like that. So especially with overhead resistance, this is not something I would buy into today. Ah, that worked. Very good.
Upside without having to fork up all that cash. Like, let me show you right now in my portfolio. If I pull up AMD, why would you buy 100 shares of the stock when a leap option gives you the same 100 shares upside movement without having to actually put up all the capital? That's actually why options are so powerful, because
I agree with that. I absolutely agree with buying deep in the money options. That's how I trade. Now, I don't know how he's trading his.
they give you leveraged upside. Like, you get leveraged upside, same movement. So if I go to September right now, and specifically I like September because it gives you multiple earnings quarters for AMD to perform well. And if AMD performs well, obviously your leap options are also.
Did you see that Robinhood interface? That is one of the worst options interfaces I've ever seen.
Earnings quarters for AMD to perform well. And if AMD performs well, obviously your leap options are also going to benefit.
Funny story. I don't know if you'll know this, but I actually interviewed with Robinhood to be their lead options educator after that one person committed suicide because he thought he had like $600,000 in debt. They were like, we got to have people teach people how to trade options if they're going to do it on our platform. And I interviewed with them directly. Didn't work out, and that's okay. But yeah, that would be something I'd say right away. Why don't you make your platform look like everybody else's, right? The industry standard.
Tremendously. So check it out. If I go for the 130, it's only going to go for $2,000. So $2,000 you get to put up, rather than if you buy 100 shares, you literally have to put $127,000. Like, what's better, 20K or 127K? Yes, you have to pay some.
His math is so far off. He just said 500 shares, right? Which would be 5 options. And he's talking about buying 1 option here. I don't know. He's not convincing me.
Money, and you do have a little bit of upside in terms of.
Robinhood has a new legend platform. Ooh.
The stock has to have upside for you to even break even, but there are multiple ways to reduce the cost here. I'm going to do that live when the market opens up in my Discord, but to give you the short summary, you basically can sell call options against this call option. So you buy a call option, you sell a call option, or what you can also do is you can just do a bull call spread right away, right? So that's a bull call spread. I do have.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I was not expecting to go through all this, but he's basically saying spread off your long option. So limit your gains. Randy, he wants to limit his gains and sell call options against this, right? He's saying that this one trade will surpass your full-time job, which when you only own 4 shares. That was the math behind it originally. Now he's saying buy leap options, right? And then he's saying after that, sell calls against those, because by all means, you don't want to make that much money by buying the call options. You want to sell the call options against it and limit your gains. Okay.
Videos on that. Just type in invest with Henry bull call spread on YouTube and you will see my bull call spread strategy. But look, this is a much better strategy than just owning AMD because to be honest with you, I am fully invested. I don't have a lot of cash. You guys saw that I made a big play on Tesla. I put $1.5 million into Tesla. I put $1,280,000. I'm up $280,000 in just like a week and a half. And then I also have another Tesla position. So I am dry on cash and I can't really even sell my positions because I have a lot of gains and I don't want to pay taxes. So it's getting a little bit more difficult. So I'm giving you guys some plays that I hope you
I can't sell my positions because I have a lot of gains. I don't want to pay taxes. I'll tell you something right now. A real trader doesn't care about that. And I'll tell you why. Because if I have the opportunity to lock in my gains, that is much more valuable to me than the incremental tax burden that will be associated with that, right? Because if I see something that's coming in and I may have made 30% on it, but I'm like, I'm not going to sell it because of taxes. And then it turns around, I'm up only 20% or 10%, right? How much did you actually lose in taxes? How much did you actually reduce your tax burden by having that much smaller of a winner? I'm telling you. This is Chris's opinion. You want to pay as much taxes as you physically can on your option gains, on your stock gains, whatever gains, because that means you are making money hand over fist. Okay? And if anybody's telling you, hey, you don't want to sell that because of the tax consequences, they don't know what they're talking about. They're more worried about, you know, the tax on the other end of it than the actual gain that you can get out of the trade, right? F that noise. Go for broke. Get as much money as you possibly can. Now, that's a Minervini-ism that he taught me, right? He's like, doesn't matter, right? I love paying taxes because that means I am rolling in the dough. Sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Doesn't want to pay taxes. Sure, first world problems. Agreed on the taxes.
you take advantage of, but I can't even take advantage of all my plays. Like I have to go conservative in terms of how much I invest because I don't have that much cash. But look, I'm just giving you a little bit more information. Let me tell you about what I think about the CEO, and I'll wrap up this video. I'll keep it, fairly short. AMD CEO Lisa Su, she's focusing on innovation, efficiency, and identifying markets where AMD could excel. It's all about looking at the CEO, guys. If there's a crappy CEO, you can forget about that company. Why do you think I invest in pounds?
At that noise. It doesn't matter who the CEO is at all whatsoever, right? If the price is going up, the price is going up. If the price is going to zero, like AMD seems to be doing right now, and it could turn around tomorrow, I could be 100% wrong, but it's trending down, right? And to say, as of today, the CEO is a genius, kind of neglects everything that's happened in the last 52 weeks, since this is the 52-week low. I don't know when the CEO changed, if they changed, but to say that the CEO is such a genius today, I think is kind of counterintuitive, right? Because that CEO has pushed the price of the stock down. So why today versus yesterday do you actually think the CEO is that much of a genius that the price is going to go up? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We're not going to continue on with this video, but I did think that this was super interesting, especially hearing a very different take on the market, right? So if that was useful to you, share this with somebody you think would benefit from that. Hey, let's jump over and see our member highlight of the day. All right, so jumping in our Discord here. Mikey Mike is using the Legend platform over on Robinhood. I've never used Robinhood, so I don't know. Ironic that I interviewed there, but is what it is. So let's see. Michael Wales yesterday. Oh, that's right. Yesterday. Today. Oh, there it is. Randy. About 100 shares of Tesla on the outlier signal on September 26th, right? So let's pull that up on outlier real quick. Now it's trading at 471, an 81% gain. That's awesome. Good Tuesday afternoon comedy. Dude, on a day like today, when you got 81% more, I think that was worth it. Look at that. So let's zoom in. I mean, it's like a vertical line over here. Randy said he got in on that signal back in September for an 81% gain during that time. Well, it actually had a sell signal in the meantime, Randy, but you sidestepped that and continued on with it. So congratulations on that. And then Dave made some money on some RGTIW for 227.9%. So way to go, guys. That's awesome. Congratulations. We love hearing your stories, right? So be sure to share your stories in the Discord and tell everybody you can about Outlier. Hit the like button too. I know you're already subscribed, so hit the like button. Now back to trading. This is the Outlier Trading Room, and I'm a partner with Outlier, and this is my style of trading using Outlier. So what is Outlier and how does it work? It's the world's best AI stock trading assistant, allowing you to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk through a 4-step process. Outlier monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. Outlier determines if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much. Outlier gives buy and sell signals when those irrational behaviors reach an extreme. Number 4, allowing you to get into the stock before the outlier move happens. Now, with my strategy, I call it the golden ticket trading strategy. It always starts with the market, with the 10 over the 20, price over the 50 on the SPY. So if we go to the S&P 500, I did make a note on here. You may have noticed it earlier. And this note on here is a 3.6% pullback from all-time highs. Now, why did I put that there, right? As you can see, we've created this order block here. It's the 10 is over the 20, price is over the 50. But that has to do with the Dow Jones 30. The Dow Jones is now down 3.7% top to bottom, right? A lot of people are freaking out about this. I saw some CNN story or CNBC story the other day. It's like Dow just had its worst string of losing days since 2018, stuff like that. And there's a huge disconnect out there, a huge disconnect with that. What's going on with the IWM small caps? They've been selling off. The Dow's selling off. IWM selling off. But somehow Qs and the SPY are maintaining. But if the SPY pulls back like the Dow has, we're looking at 586 down from like 603, right? A decent pullback on the horizon, but that's only 3%. It's only 3.6%. We could see that in a single day if things go sideways. So I'm a little bit anxious, right? We're under the 10 right now, which means that the short-term trend is going down, right? The 10 is your short-term trend. Anything under the 10 means it's going down. Your intermediate term trend is the 20-day, and your long-term trend is the 50-day. But as of right now, the overall trend, all three of these moving together, is bullish. Now, if we look at the S&P 500 map, and I keep going back to this because I think we've got some real damage under the surface. If you look at this, this is the last week. Over the last week, it's blood everywhere, right? It's like Step Brothers, right? Where they got the 2 bunk beds, and they're like, "Oh, there's so much more room for activities in here." And then it crushes down, and you see the one run into the parents' bedroom, and he goes, "Oh, there's blood everywhere. Come quick." Yeah, that's what I see in this market, with the exception of the Magnificent Seven, right? We've got your Microsoft, your Apple, your Amazon, Tesla, and Google, and then AVGO, Broadcom. That's it. That is it. And because this is a market cap weighted index, big names like this, that's all it can take to hold up the market. So I think we've got some real damage under the surface. And if we look at the market breadth, you can see that damage right here. So let me go back to the watch list real quick and I'll explain. So the green line is our number of stocks with buy or sell signals. And the higher it goes, the more buy signals there are. And this crested the 10 moving average and has been going down for a while, right? So the number of stocks with buy signals is down to 40%. There are 40 new stocks with sell signals today and only 3 new stocks with buy signals today. So that doesn't look very good, right? The market's very damaged, but it's being propped up by a handful of names. If those handful of names crack, it could go down in a very big hurry, okay? We've already seen NVIDIA crack. It's down 4.5% in a week. If Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, and Google just pull back to 0, we could see real sell-offs here, right? If all these do is go to 0 on the week, this could be devastating. And that's crazy because the whole market is looking red and it's only these handful of ones that are holding it up. So I'm not trading right now, right? Market breadth is super weak. Even though the trend is bullish, with the market breadth going the other direction, I'm not interested, not putting my capital at risk. Paul says, how to test for order block accuracy. Any order blocks for Thinkorswim? Sonar Lab looks different than yours. These are the Sonar Lab ones. They have different settings. We have found the 50. If you look right here, it says OB50 and OB28 to both be super, super good. I did a whole video on order blocks. How do I test for accuracy on those? Honestly, eyeballs, right? Because you can see, I don't know. Let's see if Dow Jones. I mean, here's a good one here, right? The DIA. You can see that a order block was created here in May 29th. It went up, came back into that order block, bounced up. And then that same order block in August provided support for it to go at that point there, right? Order blocks are pretty amazing in how they can really, really, really show support and resistance in ways that like I've never seen before. Dave says he has some scripts. That's the best he could do for Thinkorswim. Thanks. How do I get them? See in the Discord. Just got him in the Discord. There we go. All right. So for me, I'm not going to have any trades today. But Dave, I really appreciate you dropping those scripts over in the Discord. And, I appreciate all of you coming every single day. Even though we're not trading, we're still trying to learn, still trying to improve our skills. And of course, we've got to be ready. We've got to be ready to roll as soon as the market shows us an opportunity, right? But in the meantime, for me, I can sit on the sideline for weeks. Now, why can I sit on the sideline for weeks? As my mentor, Mark Minervini, would say, wait in cash for proper setups. How long? As long as it takes, right? And I have really contented myself with the fact that I don't trade all that often anymore. But when I do trade, I make good money. I make really good money. I make hella good money. But I don't have to trade all the time because I'm waiting for certain key things to happen. And the number one things we need is market breadth moving up while the market trend is moving up. I'm not doing anything until that happens. So thank you all so much for coming and for being an outlier today. We couldn't do this without you. We want to pay you back every single day, helping you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. Paul says, really appreciate it, Dave. And Brian says, we go back one slide. Hang on. Which slide do you want me to go back to? The one with Minervini? This one? Happy to help. Did I go to the right spot, Brian? Rules. Yeah. Here it is. So since we're here, number one, wait in cash for proper setups. How long? As long as it takes. You want me to go one above the rules? This one? The SPY rules. Oh, this. So on a signal day, is the breadth and price moving both in the same direction? Well, like we talked about, right? If yes, does it backtest positive inside of outlier? If yes, does the overlay match the trend? Meaning the, let me go to it real quick. Meaning the green, red, or white overlay, does that match the trend, right? So if you got like a buy signal and a red overlay, that's what I'm not going for. But if you got a buy signal and a green overlay, for sure. Is it above yesterday's high? Right. So on the market, I have a different rule specifically right here. Is it above the prior day's high if we're going long? And if yes, then that's the entry point. If no, set an alert for that day. Right. So that's one of my different rules on the SPY. But dude, I haven't traded that in ages because like the SPY options have been like $4 million each. So yeah, I haven't traded those in a while. But that's going to wrap it for me today. Thank you all so much for coming. Be sure to grab your access, your annual plan for just 90 cents a day. That does end at the end of the month. Housekeeping real quick. I will be out starting this Friday until January 6th, right? And Thursday's episode will be at 1 p.m. Central Time. So that will be something coming up soon real quick for you. Paul asks, in Outlier, can you get rid of news in the middle? So one thing that we are having an upgrade for, I know Mahesh is planning on it before the end of the year, is a couple things. First, we're going to have eyeballs, basically. For example, in TrendSpider, I can, where is that at? See this little eyeball down here? I can click that and other things go away, right? These sections go away over here. we're going to have different eyeballs so that in the dashboard, you can select eyeballs and make it so you can see exactly how you want. In addition to that, we're also going to have a simple mode and an advanced mode. And in simple mode, it's going to have basically just the charts with the signals. And then you might be able to have just like the bull and bear list over here, and then your notes, right? Just really simple, clean. And then if you go to advanced mode, it'll have everything, right? So going to give it where you can see so much data all at once, or you can see just what you want to see, which could just be the buy and sell signals. So we're trying to do that for you guys and should hopefully have something for that really soon. Let us know over in the Discord if you need anything. And of course, tell everybody you can about Outlier after you hit that like button. Have a fantastic afternoon. You know what? I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon.